Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a very special package here from Madam Glam. This is this will be May's new collection. So it just got here, literally the mailman just dropped it off. I opened up the door, ripped it open, and here we are. So without further ado, look how pretty. I turn this guy around so you can see him. Look how pretty. If I can get up here. Super pretty. Okay, so let me get him out of the box real quick here. And I will pop the name of this collection up on the screen for you guys because I do not know it yet. So there we go. Let me zoom on down in here and look how pretty. Look how pretty. So, okay. So first thing that I will notice is that these four look a little different. I don't know if you can tell. Don't know if you can see that, but look. We have some pearl polishes, and then we have some bright kind of pastel neons, maybe? So, oh my gosh, you guys, I was super excited. I've already got a cat hair stuck to it. I was super excited when the mailman got here because I have been waiting and waiting and waiting for this package. So I was super excited when it got here, and yeah, just super duper excited. So I'm gonna open these up and I'm gonna show them, and then I will go ahead and do my swatches and get them labeled, and then I'll come back and I'll do some comparisons, and we'll talk about it. So I'll just start here with the creams. We'll just work our way across into those pearl shades. So up first we have this beautiful salmon-y color. Not quite in like an orange, but not quite a pink. So we're kind of in that like salmon territory. And it is called Pink Elegance. Pink Elegance. Wouldn't necessarily say it's definitely pink, but oh, look how pretty. This is like a very, very white base cream shade. With that, like, I'll say thinner formula. It's not like a super thick, like gummy gel, but it does have some substance to it. So very pretty. It is coming off a little bit more like washed out on camera. It's a little closer, I about dripped. It's a little closer to what it looks like in the neck of the bottle there, as opposed to what's on the brush. It looks a little bit washed out here on camera, but it's more of that like brighter color. So that was Pink Elegance. Next up we have this super bright orange. I think my ladies are gonna love this. This is called Infinite Love. Infinite Love. Ooh, wow. Wow. Okay, so again, this is looking a little bit washed out on the brush in camera, but in person it is like that bright, super bright orange. I think my camera's just having a hard time getting that. I'm gonna try to take some pictures, you know, with my camera or with my phone to see if I can get some like better. But oh my gosh, that is bright. That is super bright. That is. It reminds me of Bahama Mama, which is a super bright orange, but it almost leans a little bit more red. This is going to be that like straight up neon orange. And again, we're looking at the paddle brush. I can get it to focus, that rounded like oval paddle brush that we've all been loving from Madam Glam. Okay, I'm going to do the purple one last here. Okay, so next up we have this like yellowy green. So it's kind of like a highlighter yellowy green kind of look, and it is called Neon Beauty, and she is a neon beauty. Well, this one is a neon beauty too, so you know, hey, we're gearing up for summer. Let's bring out these bright colors. Super pretty. This one, again, I'm going to probably say this for all of them. It looks a little bit more washed out on the brush. Might just be my lighting. and whatnot, but this is a little bit brighter than what it's coming off on camera. It looks closer to what is inside the neck of the bottle there, but it is that like typical highlighter yellowy green, almost like what you'd imagine the glow in the dark color, you know, when it glows. That's kind of what it kind of looks like. Super pretty. Again, a very white based cream shade, but very bright and not like chalky. Okay, so then last but not least on the cream shades, we have this beautiful purple. This almost looks like the color of my nail studio. Mother's Muse. Well, that's very fitting because it would be a Mother's Day collection, right? Because it's May. So happy Mother's Day to anybody out there. I know that's coming up here in a little bit from the time this gets posted. It'll be Mother's Day here in the US. I believe you mothers out there in the UK have already had Mother's Day. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments when your Mother's Day is. But let's take a look at this. Ooh, yes, this is a very white based cream shade. It looks a little closer to what it looks like in the neck of the bottle than what it looks like on camera. On the brush, it looks a little bit more white, but it is a little brighter, but super creamy. I'm loving like this new formula. Whatever they've done, they've really dialed it in. It is super, it's like a thin consistency, but it doesn't go where you don't want it to go, right? So it's not like runny, it's not like watery, but it's not like a super thick, like chalky kind of feel, if that makes any sense. Okay, so that was the last of the creams. So next up we have these 4 beautiful pearl shades, and you can kind of see that on the label. They did like a little pearl finish on the label. So first off, we have this pink. It is called Silly Kiss. Let me get it close enough so it can focus. Oh, Silky Kiss. Oh, silly. It was Silky Kiss. So yes, very silky pink. This is kind of like a purpley pink. I wonder how this compares to the pink from March's collection, I believe. The lime, was it Lime Margarita? I think was the pearl shade from that. I'll pull those so we can kind of look and see how they kind of go with this collection. Yeah, did I just compare this to the green? This is pink. It was like the pink daiquiri was the pink one. Am I losing my mind? Did I just completely lose my mind? Okay, so this looks like it might just be a little bit more like a purpley pink than what that one was. I think it was a little bit brighter pink, but we'll see. Again, I'll compare it to it, which would be pink daiquiri, not lime margarita. That would be the green one. I don't know why I said that. That's really weird. Again, I must be losing my mind. But yeah, so it has that nice thicker consistency with that pearl finish. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer. So we've got that nice pearl finish that's just that like sheen that's gonna leave almost like a chromy effect, if that makes sense. So it kind of almost looks metallic. So yes, super excited for these to be like those gap filler kind of colors. So next up we have this lovely bluey kind of teal shade. So again, this is probably going to be one of those like gap fillers between the blue and the green. This one is called Pure Affection. Pure Affection. Oh, that is so pretty, so pretty. Let me get up close and personal with ya. Super pretty. It does have, it's looking a little bit more blue on camera than what it looks like in real life. It does have more of like that tealy blue green kind of look to it. I would say more blue than green, but it's going to be, it's like not quite as blue as it's looking on camera. It looks more like the label but lighter, if that makes sense. I don't know why my camera does that with blues and greens. They kind of make them look a little bit different. But again, super pearly, this lovely creamy formula. that goes on nice and thin, but very opaque, and levels out nicely. So next up we have our yellow of the bunch, and I'm super excited to see this one and the purple one, because I feel like those are the ones that were like truly missing from the colors, and I was so hoping that we would get something like this in the future. So, oh, this one is very fitting. Moms and Mimosas. So take your mom out for some mimosas on Mother's Day. Very fitting for this color. Ooh. This one is super bright. It looks like the lid came loose a little bit there. I've got a little bit of a mess, but I'll get that cleaned up. But yeah, this is a super, like almost orangey yellow. Not a super duper like pale yellow, which is nice. So it's going to be like, it's going to show up really nice. And it is looking fairly close, true to life on camera as it looks, you know, in real life. I don't know if that made sense. I'm just kind of winging it, guys. But yeah, I'll get that cleaned up so we can not make a mess with that. And then last but not least, we have our purple, and this is going to be my favorite. Oh, and it's even got a pretty name too, Lilac Moments. Lilacs are my favorite flower. I love lilacs. I have two like French lilac bushes, or I think they're called dwarf lilacs, and I have two of those bushes out front of my house, and I love it when I go out the front door and they're in bloom and I can just smell it in the breeze, and it is just such a wonderful scent. I love opening up my front windows and letting in that fresh air and letting in the smell of lilacs. I just love it. It is my favorite. But anyways, let's open this one and take a look. Ooh, that's super pretty. Yes, this is definitely my favorite. Definitely, it's a winner. I mean, this is a no-brainer. If you guys have been around long enough to see any videos on my channel, you'll know that purple is my favorite. I mean, my whole nail studio is purple, so that's not a surprise. But oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I might just have to paint all of my nails this color. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I can't stop looking at it. Sorry, I'll stop looking at it. Okay, so these are the 8 polishes in the May collection. Again, I will pop the name up on the screen right around here and let you guys know what it's called. I will also have it linked in the description of this video. Now they have been doing lately the special finish bundle and the cream bundle. So if you're not a collector, or maybe you're just starting out and you maybe don't need like the cream shades, you can pick up just the pearl bundle, which I highly recommend because these are beautiful and I love this finish. This finish has just been like just crazy. Love it, love it. I want every color that they can possibly make in that finish. Hear my plead, Madam Glam. I want all the colors, bright colors. Give me some neons. Give me all the things. But anyways, I think you can probably purchase this as a bundle. I will link that, and the cream bundle as well should be available separately, or any one of these will be available individually. So like, say this one ends up being close to that other pink one and you don't necessarily need it, you can just get those 3. Like, not a big deal. You can buy them individually. They always sell them individually as well as in the bundles, and you'll probably have like a full bundle, pearl bundle, cream bundle, if that makes sense. So I will go ahead and get these swatched. I'll insert that here, and then we'll come back and we'll do our comparisons, and I'll let you know what I think. So stay tuned. All right, so welcome back. It is actually the next day, so sorry. I finished up with what I was doing. I had dinner, and then we just kind of spent the rest of the evening just kind of vegging out. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the comparisons real quick, but I wanted to show you, I was playing around with our pearl finish. And look how pretty. So pretty. So those are the 4 pearl finishes that we have in this collection. And if you will remember, or if you remember, that they did, the collection they did for March, we have these 4 pearl shades that they came out with from March. So I can get that to focus. So those were those ones, and I'm going to compare our pearl shades to that because I don't have anything else to compare it to other than that one white one, and you know, you guys have already seen that. It's white. It is what it is. So the blue, this is the blue that we have in this collection, so I'll compare it to the blue from last time. So we have Pure Affection and Blueberry Spritz. So you can see Blueberry Spritz is more of like that periwinkle kind of blue. So they're definitely different. Pure Affection it leans a little bit more green. I know for whatever reason it's still kind of showing a little bit bluer on camera, but you can tell that they are different. So there is that one. And then none of these other ones, well, I guess the pink. Let's do the pink because that was the only other one that looked like similar. So on top here we have Silky Kiss and then Pink Daiquiri. So very different. Like I said, the Silky Kiss is kind of like almost like a purpley pink. So it's a little bit darker. So definitely a different tone. Very pretty. Loving that. And I also want to take the green one here and compare it to Lime Margarita. And I think that's what I was talking about earlier. I don't know, I'm going to have to, when I watch that footage back, I'm going to have to put some stuff up on the screen so you guys can understand what I was thinking. But I was talking about the pink one, and then I think I was talking about this blue one. But Pure Affection and Lime Margarita. So Pure Affection looks way bluer compared to Lime Margarita. And in person, they're a little bit closer, but definitely different. Like, they're definitely different colors. So we have, we'll do Blueberry Spritz, Pure Affection, and Lime Margarita. So you can see those would look very pretty together. Do a little swirly ombre with those. Look very pretty. So that's a Pure Affection. And then the last one was just the nude one that was the closest to that white, but not close. So we'll compare it to the other 2 that I have left, Lilac Moments and Moms and Mimosas. Those would also look pretty together. Nice little trio. But yeah, so they have the exact same finish as the previous collection. So now we have the purple and a yellow to kind of finish off what we were missing. Well, let me just hold those up. So very pretty. Love them, love them, love them. So that is the pearl. Let's stick them here in there. And then as far as the rest from that last collection, we really don't have anything that is comparable. Like the yellows obviously are not comparable. The green doesn't compare. So we don't have a blue, and then that one's more of a neutral. So we don't have anything else that directly compares to that collection. Now last month's collection, we have I'm missing one. Where did I put it? Which one am I missing? Hold up. Oh, I'm missing the yellow. There it is. There it is. Okay, found it. Okay, so here are the 6 cream shades from last month's collection, the Secret Garden collection. So there's those, and then again we have our yellow. It's more of a highlighter, so Neon Beauty doesn't compare. It is more, and actually, you guys, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this. When I was taking pictures, let me get my flash. When I was taking pictures, where's flashlight? When I was taking pictures of this, how many times am I going to say that? I noticed that this green has a slight shimmer to it. Again, I apologize for my nails. It's on the list to do today. Okay, so maybe you can see it like that. See how it's kind of got that little bit of a twinkle? Super pretty. So it's not like full on, you know, the shimmer. Oh, that's not, wrong one. So it's not full on shimmer, you know, making it look pearly. But it does have, let me turn off my flashlight. It does have a little bit of a shimmer to it. Very pretty. I'm like very excited to use this. Now, I can see it a little bit better in person than it's showing up on camera, because it just looks like a green cream, but it does have a slight sparkle to it. So I was very, very much impressed. Okay, so moving on with the rest of our colors. So that doesn't compare, you know, to any of those. We have our purple one, which is more of a pinky purple compared to the Lilac Bloom, which looks almost blue compared to it. Let me just move up here a little bit. Oh, what focus can I zoom in? Maybe do it that way. Okay, so comparing the purple, which is Mother's Muse, to Lilac Bloom from last year's collection, does not compare at all. Lilac Muse has a little bit deeper bluey tone, so it looks more blue compared to this purple. And then we have our Cosmo Crush compared to Mother's Muse, and of course that looks way more purple compared to that. I hope this lighting is okay. I've got my window open. It is like a beautiful day, and I want to get this finished and filmed so I can go out and enjoy the day. But yeah, so purple doesn't compare. We obviously don't have anything that compares to this orange because there wasn't an orange from the collection. I still feel like that's the one color that's missing in the pearl. We need like an orange, a brighter orange, because we've got the yellow is kind of a yellowy orange, but you know, we need like a bright orange. And then our last one here, Pink Elegance. Compared to Cosmo Crush, here it is very much brighter and more of a peachy tone. And then we have Tulip Flame, which almost looks red compared to that, and then obviously doesn't compare to any of those. So let me grab my colors real quick, and I'll just pull out a few. I'm gonna make this kind of quick. I don't want to like keep you guys here forever comparing, but you can kind of see I'll pull out a couple that I feel look like or look similar to. So I have all my colors here, bloop bloop, and let's start with this green because I don't really have anything that directly compares, at least now that I know that there is a shimmer in there. That one, I think that one's going to be closest color-wise. Yeah. Okay, so we have Celestial Jungle, and then our new one, Neon Beauty, the Big Apple, Mojito, and Apple Bite. So these are the ones that I feel are like the closest, and you can tell Celestial Jungle is like pretty much a dupe for it, except it doesn't have that shimmer. So you're not going to get that shimmer that you do from Neon Beauty. I wish it would show up on camera. I really do, because it is so pretty and it's so sparkly. I mean, not like super sparkly. It's very subtle. It's a very subtle sparkle, but it's so pretty. So there's our green. So our new one here, Neon Beauty in the middle with Celestial Jungle. What was that one? The Big Apple, Mojito, and Apple Bite. Okay, so there's that one. And get those put back in there. And then our orange. I feel like that one's going to be the closest. I believe so. That one's more of a yellowy orange. Hopefully that one's going to be like brighter. Okay, so these two on the end here aren't really comparable, but I'm going to put our new one in the middle. So these ones are different. In person, this Live Colorfully, this one, it is a lot lighter, so it doesn't directly compare. So we'll go ahead and get rid of those. And then, so our Infinite Love here is in the middle, and we have to the right is Bahama Mama, to the left is Blood Orange. And they are, I would say Infinite Love is a dupe for Bahama Mama. They are very, very similar. I want to say Infinite Love is just a tad bit brighter. I don't know if that's like even possible, but it is just a little bit brighter. Blood Orange looks a little bit like that half a shade deeper, but on camera they're looking exactly the same. Would you need all three? Probably not. I believe Bahama Mama is still available. It might actually be in their outlet section. So if you're really loving Infinite Love, but you want to, like, you know, check it out cheaper, you can check out Bahama Mama. I believe that one is still available. If not, definitely pick up Infinite Love. If you don't have a bright orange and you like these, I would definitely pick that one up. Okay, and then moving on to our pink. I have one in mind that I think is going to be a match or be super close. But it may surprise me. It may surprise me. So I kind of decided not to pull out. That one's like that one's way pinker. That one doesn't go. Not to pull out like all of them and go through all of them. Just because it's a little bit more time consuming, so we'll just kind of like buzz through. Okay. So we have on the far left will be our Pink Elegance, which I think the closest I've got is You're the Pink, although it is a lot lighter. Maybe You're One in a Melon. That one is close, but it's a little deeper. So none of these like directly compare. I thought I'd have one that would be closer, but I'm not seeing one. Here's Glam Element, which is actually closer to You're One in a Melon. So it's definitely darker. So yeah, I don't think I have one that is super duper comparable. Core, I think I pulled that one out. Yeah, I already pulled that one out. That one was deeper. But these I would say are probably the closest that I have. So if you have One in a Melon, it's going to be probably closest to that, but kind of the between You're the Pink and One in a Melon. And then Candy Pop here is like a deeper, darker, like the next one. So it'd be lightest, medium, dark, maybe. Sorry if that's blurry. Okay, so Pink Elegance going in with the newbies. Put the pink away, and then our last one is purple, and it is Mother's Muse. And again, I probably have a few that are close. That one is a little bit darker. Here is Healing Glam. That's a little bit more blue toned. Purples are really kind of tricky because you can have ones that look super similar, but they have like a different undertone to them. So Too Late Blues, that's going to be way darker, way bluer. So you'll think, oh yeah, that one's going to be like exactly like, but then it ends up being completely different. So that's like way bluer. Vanilla Sky, that one is, I mean, pretty comparable. It looks more like Lilac Pursuit, but it's lighter than Lilac Pursuit. So I think I don't have anything that like directly is a dupe for our Mother's Muse. So yeah, I think these are going to be my closest. So I'll say Popsicle, and I don't believe that is available anymore. And it is brighter than Popsicle. It's a little bit pinkier than Lilac Pursuit, and it's definitely brighter than Healing Glam. So there we have it. So alrighty, that is all I got for this one. Get that out of the way. Let me bring these little guys back in here again real quick and show you guys that lovely pearl effect that you can do with a squiggly effect. This one almost looks like it has some like little like rosebuds going on in there. It turned out really cute. So there's different ways you can do like the squiggles and stuff to make them look like that. So I really thought that was neat. But yeah, that is all I got for today for this one. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. But yeah, I hope you all have an amazing day. I hope everybody is doing well. And I hope you guys are getting out and enjoying this nice weather. I hope that there's nice weather where you are. But yeah, until next time, hope to see you in my next video. Bye!